The police found muddy footprints leading straight to my daughter's window. But that wasn't the part that scared me. It was what was hidden in the grass, still listening. I've never believed in ghosts. Not really. Even after what happened 3 years ago, I still tell myself there has to be another explanation. I need there to be one, because the alternative is something I can't sleep with. My wife had gone to visit her parents for the weekend, which left me alone with our 8-month-old daughter. We lived out past the edge of town, in a small house surrounded by empty fields. Our nearest neighbor was almost half a mile away. I used to think that made us safe. Quiet. Private. I don't think that anymore. Around 11 that night, I finally got the baby down to sleep upstairs. I turned on the baby monitor, set it on the coffee table beside me, grabbed a drink, and sat down in front of the TV. For almost an hour, everything was completely normal. Just the low hum of static, the occasional shift of her blanket, ordinary sounds, the kind you stop noticing. Then, the monitor crackled. I didn't think much of it at first. Baby monitors do that. Interference, weak batteries, a passing car. But a few seconds later, underneath the static, I heard something else. A voice. Low. Whispering. Like someone had their mouth pressed right up against a microphone. I muted the TV and listened harder, my whole body going still. Don't. Silence. Look. Then nothing. Just static again. I was up those stairs before I even decided to move. My daughter was exactly where I'd left her, asleep, breathing slow and even. I checked the closet, under the crib, behind the curtains. Nothing. No one. I told myself it was interference bleeding in from another monitor, even though we lived in the middle of nowhere and I couldn't think of a single neighbor close enough to cause it. I went back downstairs. 10 minutes later, it came back. This time, he's here. Every hair on my arms stood up at once. I went back up. Nothing again. Windows locked. Doors locked. I checked every room in that house like my life depended on it. When I came back downstairs, I noticed something that made my stomach drop straight through the floor. The front door was unlocked. I know I locked it. I always lock it. Every single night, without exception. I locked it again, checked every window a second time, and called my wife with my hands actually shaking. She laughed it off, told me I sounded exhausted, told me to get some sleep. I wanted so badly to believe she was right. Around 1 a.m., I decided to sleep on the couch under the stairs, close enough to hear if the baby cried. I don't remember falling asleep. I only remember what woke me up. The monitor. No static this time. Crying, except it wasn't her cry. It sounded like an adult, trying to imitate a baby crying, getting the pitch almost right, but not quite. The kind of wrongness that hits you in your spine before your brain even understands why. Then the whisper came back, closer than before, almost gentle. Don't go upstairs. Every instinct in my body told me to run to her. Instead, frozen at the bottom of the stairs, I called her name into the dark. Nothing answered. Then I heard footsteps, not baby footsteps. Heavy, slow, deliberate, crossing the floor directly above me, one measured step at a time. 1, 2, 3. They stopped directly over my head, and the entire house went dead silent, the kind of silence that feels like something holding its breath. Then my daughter's real cry cut through the monitor. Loud, panicked, terrified, in a way infants get when something in a room is wrong before they even have words for wrong. I grabbed the fireplace poker and took those stairs 2 at a time. Her bedroom door was open. I know I closed it. He always closed it. She was in her crib, crying, red-faced, reaching for me. The room looked untouched, exactly as I'd left it, except the rocking chair in the corner. It was still moving, back and forth, back and forth, like someone had just stood up from it. I searched every inch of that upstairs. Nothing, no one. But by then, I wasn't taking any more chances. I called the police, and I didn't care how it sounded. 2 officers arrived about 20 minutes later. One searched inside while the other walked the perimeter with a flashlight. A few minutes in, the one outside called us over, and I remember the look on his face before he even said anything. There were muddy footprints leading from the field behind our house. Bootprints, an adult's stride, cutting straight across the grass, and stopping directly beneath my daughter's bedroom window. The officer looked up. The window screen had been removed and set gently against the siding, like whoever did it didn't want to damage it. Someone had climbed up. Someone had been in that room, or close enough to be. But the footprints weren't the part that stayed with me. It was what the second officer found, half buried in the tall grass a few yards from the house. A cheap, battery-powered baby monitor. Not ours. A separate one. Still turned on. Its speaker still active, quietly transmitting into the dark. Pointed straight at our house. Someone had been listening to us the entire night. Maybe longer. The police never found who left it there, or who'd been standing outside our daughter's window. No prints matched anyone on file. No leads. Just a case number and a file that eventually went cold. A week later, I threw our monitor in the trash. 2 months after that, we sold the house and moved to another town 2 states away. I told myself it was over. Last winter, I was unpacking old boxes in the garage. Boxes we hadn't opened since the move, and I found one of my daughter's old toys buried near the bottom. As I picked it up, something crackled. Not from the toy. From inside the box itself, low and static-laced. A sound I hadn't heard in 3 years and had prayed I'd never hear again. A tiny speaker. Then, so quiet, I almost convinced myself I imagined it. A whisper. "So, did you find?"